Welcome to the second stage of the writing process, strategizing. In this little module, I will discuss the whole process of strategizing and get clear about what we want to achieve. Let's look at the writing process once again and understand what's involved in the strategizing phase. Here is a map of the writing process. As I said before, many of us jump from doing the research to creating the document, and we overlook and omit strategizing. The purpose of strategizing is to make sure that our document achieves the action we want it to achieve. And so this process of strategizing has three basic phases. First, we want to define what effect I want to have. Second, who am I affecting? And then, what's the main idea? We will go through the first part of that process. What effect do I want to have? And try to define that. Do you know we need a main idea? Most of us do. You know we need a main idea, but do you know where to get one? This is the question that my students would pose to me over the years. They'd say, yes, Carolus, I know we need a main idea, but where do we get one? This module here will explain some of that, so that you will have an easier understanding of. I say, go home and pack for a trip. Question is, what will you be packing when you get home? Chances are when you get home, you're going to do one of two things. You either can't decide what to pack, and so you sit at your desk, at your table, at your bed, looking at your closet, trying to figure out what you might want to do. Or you decide to take everything, which ends up to be long, endless memos when you actually write. These are the two choices that we face. Let's return to our communication model to clarify what we are asking for here. If you look at the model, the yellow part, action, is highlighted. This is what we want the outcome of our communication to be, in particular our piece of writing. So if we want our reader to answer the phone or to forward the email or to schedule a meeting and whatever, we are defining the action that the piece of communication, in this case a piece of writing, prompts. To develop the primary purpose or the main idea, we need to get three questions answered. The first question is, what action do I want my reader to take? The yellow item in the previous slide. The second question is, who is my reader? And the third question is, what is my main idea? Not all of these will be covered in this module. We will cover the first question, what action do I want the reader to take? To repeat once again, the key question is this: what action do I want my reader to take when she finishes reading this writing? And there are three types of actions: a doing action, a thinking action, and a feeling action. And now let's explore each of these. The first type of action is a doing action. This is a behavior. This is something that I physically do, and we can observe the doing of it. For example, it could be signing something, calling someone, filing something, mailing something, faxing something. The more specific we are with the doing, the more likely we are to get the action we want. Too many emails are sent, and the reader is left puzzled to find out what it was that the writer wanted from them. I'm sure you have some of those in your email box right now. Next, we have the thinking action. Here, what we want from the reader is something that happens inside the reader's head. For example, to take a psychological or intellectual position for abortions, against abortions, for reorganization, against taxes, for investment, and so on. So a lot of business documents are of this type. Most often they are white papers, which tell us positions that we could take rather than requesting a specific behavior. Take a moment or two to study the chart below and see that every piece of business writing has a purpose, either a behavior, a thinking, or a feeling purpose. So this is important for us to train ourselves to see this. And it is important for you, when you write your business writing, to clarify for the reader what your purpose is. In other words, what is it you want from your reader? When you fill out your writer's decision sheet, the first question requires the answer to the material we covered here. In other words, what action do you want the reader to take? And that goes as the answer to question 1. This answer is the root that holds your whole piece of writing together, and it makes your piece of writing be effective, like an arrow hitting a target.